I placed one complaint. Both these officers showed up. One of them's a nice guy, the other one's not. One guy won't even identify himself. Car number 45. Number 40 is our guy that's already identified himself. I'm just parked over there. I was just walking over to get a cigarette, and I didn't want to jaywalk.
What's going on, man?
What's going on is I'm under threat and duress, okay?
Sorry?
I'm under threat and duress.
Okay. You need to elaborate.
Exactly. I know so I want to try to, and I'm under no sleep, okay? I haven't slept in like 24 hours, and I drove 10 hours to get here from Ottawa, okay? I came down for a court case. I've covered many court cases before. I know where my rights begin and end for recording. I do.
What court case are you here for? It happened to be Mr. Bothwell.
No, Mr. Bothwell doesn't exist. So you know all about this. You're
for George Hugh.
So you're George Hugh. Thank you very much, George Hugh. Exactly. I'm here for the George Hugh case, and I need some help because there's three
Just give me a sec. They just want to know if we're all right. Okay.
Sure.
Mine's off, Brent. What's your name, Matthew? Matthew?
You see, I'm choosing not to use. You can call me Max today, okay? Just call me Max.
The fact is, all right, when we deal with somebody, we need to know who they are.
Yeah, and I gave my name. I already told her on the phone. I'm fully...
My turn, okay? We need to know who they are, because if we don't know who they are, then we can't properly help you.
That's right. That's why I've given the name.
So we need a full name. Whatever your birth certificate would have is the name that we need to use.
Yeah, I gave it to her already.
Okay, and what was that?
No, now you're trying to make joinder, dude. So I know what this good...
What do you want us to do for you today?
Can I have your business card? Because you seem like a really nice guy, and you're not trying to take advantage of me. Good cop, bad cop. No, you're just totally violating my rights.
By asking you...
By not giving me the help that I've asked for. I've asked you to help me moderate my peace, and you, sir, are trying to interrogate me.
Saying to you... What do you want us to do for you, Max?
I would like for you two gentlemen to escort me into the courtroom so that I don't have to have a non-voluntary search on my cavities, as it has been threatened on me.
They just don't want you to come in with recording
and
devices.
I put all my stuff in the car, but now I'm not allowed to come in without a full-body cavity search.
I don't think they want to do a cavity search.
Well, why are these guys telling me that I need to go through a non-voluntary into a public courtroom?
Well,
now that is a violation of the Public Works Protection Act. Yes, no, quite contrary, because the Public Works Protection Act is there to protect the privacy of all individuals in the courtroom. I've read it front to back.
Public Works. The workers there. You are not a worker there.
So you're saying the Public Works Protection Act is not to protect people coming in and out of the courtroom in their privacy.
In the public domain.
It's section.
And have I seen you on YouTube, man?
I'm sure you have, man.
I'm like, where do I recognize this guy?
Yeah. Grasshopper Media.
Yeah.
I traveled all the way here just for this, and I complied with these cops.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I argue my rights, but this morning I'm like, no, I just want to see this court case so bad. So I have my notepad and I'm writing, and the Crown guy is yelling at the cops to search me and yelling at the cops to take my stuff and all my stuff was not on. It's on the floor. I'm not going to turn it on. You want me to put it in the car? I do.
You definitely have strong feelings about the legal system and things like that, but.
Law.
Yeah, and what it boils down to is, if you want to go to watch the court case, the best thing to do is just say, yeah, do whatever you got to do, but I want to come here and watch.
But if there was a search point set up, like there was when I was taken to court, and then they refused me to go into court because of the search point, and then I argued it, and later on I didn't have to show because there was a search point. Right. Because you're not allowed to put a voluntary search point in between a public and another public. You're not allowed. What's the point? You're going from one place to another, and it's both public. Right. You're saying the courtroom's private now? I understand. In London, they did make the courtroom private because whoever the defendant was talking to the judge, and he said, let's make this a private proceeding, and then you take the Crown out of it, and all of a sudden, this is the way the law works. I'm sorry if you think that I'm being contrary to the law, but I'm not.
You're entitled to your opinion, sir. I'm
entitled to read that Black's Law Dictionary and every act, law, and statute and understand it, and when I understand it, then I can talk about it. And when cops come up to me and they try and give me an understanding of something that does not exist, I get very concerned, and so is George Hugh, and so is many other patriotic people. So what do I do now? Are you guys not going to escort me down there so I don't have to get searched? You're not? Can I have your business card?
That courtroom, okay?
Can I have your business card?
From what we understand, we weren't there today, but when we were there actually the other day, the last time Mr. Bothwell
was up.
He's not Mr. Bothwell,
And-
dude. He's George Hugh. Just like,
and-
what's your name? Why don't you
one
tell
of
me
the-
your name and I'll
He's
tell you
one
what.
of the same.
No,
We know him as-
there's the
we know
legal
him as
entity
Mr.
with all the
Bothwell.
benefits,
Right.
privileges.
I'm
and
not
all
here
that.
to debate. You call him
Exactly.
what you
That's
want,
not what
I'll
I want to
call-
talk to you about. I'm telling you, I'm under threat and duress, and you're not
call
helping
him
me.
what
Can I
you
please
want,
have your
I'll call
business
him
card?
What I want. What I'm
No,
saying to
you can't call him what you want
is-
without his reserved rights. You have to ask him to use his name. It's a private
Can I
name.
have my turn? Can I have my turn now? Okay.
Well, actually, I'm
The fact
having
of
a
the matter
converse
is
with
that
you.
the last part that was made, the courtroom was made private. They
made it
you
private.
were allowed. There was a gentleman there. The other day, Steve was it? Right, I think.
So the
And-
judge is going to leave and come back in plain clothes today?
All
She wasn't in
what
plain
I'm saying
clothes.
to you is that they said that they were not. No one was allowed in there with any recording devices, camera equipment.
The
anything
JOP
like
said that?
That JP said that the last.
Really?
time.
You're sure about that? I can hold you to that?
We were there.
I can hold you to that.
He can vouch for that.
Really? Was it the JOP who ordered it, or was it the police officer?
It was the
No, it was the
Justice
Justice of the Peace. I can't remember
The
what his
Justice
name
of the
was.
Peace. Her name, you mean?
Marquette.
It was him.
It was
Last
actually
time.
Justice of the Peace Marquette.
Not
And you
today.
can.
Oh, this was at the bail. This was at the other one. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And,
Because it need. Okay.
and
So is that Justice
that
of the
was
Peace?
done then. I would anticipate it would have been done again.
So long
today.
as the Justice of the Peace
So-
orders it, I'm fine with it.
And so what I'm saying to you is that's why the Crown would have acted on that, okay? So you
But
are welcome to, sir, you are welcome to go and watch, but you cannot take with you anything that would record that in terms of recording device, camera equipment, anything like that.
Thank
The
you for
court
repeating
staff-
what they've told me,
the
and
court
it's not an
staff-
issue.
The court staff, by virtue
So
of
what's
this
the
circumstance,
issue
wants
is
to
just the
ensure that
search?
those
The
devices...
issue is that they're accosting me. They're up like this
Yeah.
in my face and telling me that I gotta go, and they're trying to intimidate me like this, like the big thick men. They're cops. You're not supposed to act like that. Why can't we just talk like we're talking here?
Yes, we are talking here.
Yeah? Well, why do those guys put me under threat and duress? I immediately told them I was under threat and duress. Then I tell the other officers I'm under threat and duress, and none of them are listening.
I can't speak for them because I'm not there. I'm
would
not
you-
their supervisor.
Okay.
But what I can tell you is that they need to ensure that those devices don't get into the court system.
By
I
all
can
means
tell you right
necessary.
now that
That my word wasn't
I don't-
good enough.
Well, let me explain something. I don't know you. I've never met you before, correct?
So you're supposed to suspicion.
I'm just saying, I've never met
Guilty.
you before, okay? So as far as I know,
the world
I don't
we
know whether you are or are not a trustworthy person.
Well, I am.
And
I assure you I am.
you may
And you're
say
not allowed
that.
to debate it because this
But-
is my name.
But what I'm saying to you is there have been people that have lied in the past, and people
So
go
what? It
by,
doesn't apply to me.
People go by their experiences in
Well,
life.
that's fine. Your
And
experiences,
if-
sir, does not apply to how
if
you're going to
you want
interact with me as a
if
peace
you
officer.
want to enter that premise, you have to comply with the rules established by that premise.
So you're saying you have a right to be there?
Yes, I do.
And if the Public Works Protection Act doesn't say that if you don't comply with the requests of the person who's in charge of that public work,
Which I have.
then they can remove you.
Wait, right.
Right. But you're just saying you haven't not complied with anything that they're...
I have totally complied with everything that they asked me to do.
Except for a
everything.
search.
Except for a search, because there's no voluntary, it's illegal to have a voluntary search between a public place and another public place. If you're going into a private proceedings, makes sense.
Gotcha.
If they turn that courtroom into a private session, sure, of course.
Gotcha.
And I totally respect that, but it's
Like
still
you're
public
saying
right now.
You don't get searched when you just walk down the street.
Never.
Right.
Thank you. Can I have your business card, please, for the third time?
Write down 149.
149. So you don't have a business card, so you're not doing business today? Thank you, Brent. May I go?
You're free to go anytime you want.
Thank you.
We're here to try and help you. So
Have a nice day.
see you, man. 149.
149 is your name.
That is what I need to identify myself with as per you. And
Not even a first name? You said you met George Hugh the other day at the case, and so you know his name. You don't want to give just your first name?
well,
Do you feel like you might be held accountable for some of the things that you just said?
have me on camera. You have my bag.
Have a nice day. I better not be followed.